Hello and welcome back to the channel. Scarlett the Plymouth Cuda has a Rallye instrument cluster, and the lens, in my opinion, needs to be replaced or professionally restored. So I decided to pick up a replacement one, and I have successfully transferred the instrument panel display onto the new unit, but I wanted to show you what it took for me to do that. As you can see, there are three. Four is an extremely high value of three. There are three little pieces of plastic that stick out from the base unit, and you just slide an X-Acto knife or a scalpel or something sharp and rigid and thin between the base plate and the top of the melted plastic that holds the display in, and you just cut them off. In doing mine, one of them I put on there and it snapped right off clean. Another one I had to work at it a little bit, and this one here in the corner is really hard to get to, and that one I ended up just kind of whittling off the part around the raised portion, the nipple if you will, in order to remove the unit. And so this is the new one with the unit engaged. You can see that's all sits up there nice, and you can see I've got it on. And so what I was talking about, you just slide this underneath and you kind of just whittle it off or cut them off as best you can. So as you can see, these are melted in place. So how did I do that? Well, I took a stainless steel bolt that I had in my junk drawer. It's a 3/8. Thread count doesn't matter. And a pair of good old Craftsman pliers that I've had for 20 plus years or thereabouts. Put it on there. And let's see, can you see? Yep. And went over to the stove because I have a gas stove and heated the sucker up. You could use a propane torch or a MAP torch or any source of heat that you want to. Once it's nice and hot, it does not need to be glowing red. You're not trying to do forge welding or anything, but just get it nice and hot. Probably a minute at the most on the flame, and then you take it, you put it over, and you right on top of the nipple, and you push down, and that squeezes and melts the two together so that this sits nice and secure and doesn't rattle around. And you do that for all three. I reheated mine every time just on the count of because, and I used stainless steel because I figured it was the safest. You don't want to use galvanized because when you heat that up, the galvanization is going to put nice toxic fumes out. So you're definitely not going to want to do that if you're in the kitchen using the stove. In the garage, in a well-ventilated area, not as big of a deal, but still stainless steel was great. And I also liked it because this stainless steel bolt is relatively flat on the end. A lot of times your bolt will have a little divot or it's a little concave shape in the base. I just think it wouldn't leave as clean of a melt that I wanted. So I did it, and lo and behold, she's done and ready for the next step of installation. I hope you found this helpful. If so, please like and subscribe and leave some comments down below. If you've got a better method for doing it, I'm all ears. When I called the company, the guy said, yeah, I just take a pair of scissors, cut them off, and use a hot butter knife to melt them back. And I went, that seems a little awkward, especially for this one down in the corner where it's really hard to get to. So that's where I thought the bolt getting into that real tight space made a lot of sense. Anyway, thank you again, and hope you're having a great day. Take care. Bye.